Hello, I'm Melissa from D&E Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to make this diamond bracelet. Okay, today I'm going to be making it in pink and white, and the bands that I use are from Daisy Loom. I shall leave the link to their website in the description box. Feel free to go and have a look at the products that they offer. So, to start this bracelet, you'll need your loom in the staggered configuration, and then we'll turn the loom so that it's facing away from us, and we grab the first band and you start from the center pin and you go out to the left hand side, and then you go from the center pin out to the right hand side. Also, when you're making this bracelet, you're going to need roughly 25 pink bands and 25 white bands, or 25 of any colour that you are using to make this bracelet. And then you want to take the band from the left hand side and take it into the centre pin, and from the right hand side you go into the centre pin. Now we grab the second colour and go from the centre pin to the left hand side, and from the centre pin to the right hand side, and then from the left hand side into the centre pin, and from the right hand side into the centre pin also. So this is the pattern that we will be following all the way up the loom, just taking each colour at a time. Making sure that each diamond that you lay out on your loom is laid out in the same configuration as the last one, so that when you loom the diamonds at the end, they are easier to loom. Otherwise you might get a little bit stuck, or the bracelet won't link properly. So just following this all the way up the loom. Also, you need to make sure that there's a lot of room at the top of each pin, so that when you come to loop the bands, there's room for them to go on top of the bands that we've already laid. Also, the centre pins, you'll notice as you go down that there are 4 bands on each of them pins, so you need to make sure that we're pressing these ones down as well. Okay, and also try and make sure that when you're laying the bands, that they sit one on top of the other and that they don't get twisted on the pin. This will also help when you are linking each of the bands later on. Okay, so we have 3 more diamonds to place. So you can see the same pattern all the way up the loom. Okay, once you've finished laying the bands, you should have the loom looking like this. Okay, so what we want to do is just turn the loom around so that the white band at the bottom, as you can see, we started with the pink one here, but we finished on white. Now, in order to start linking the bands, we need to put a cap band on this pin. So we take one band of the opposite colour that you're using. So in this case, we're going to take a pink band, put it around the centre pin, pull it towards you, make a figure of 8, and then twist it back over the pin. So now we have a cap band there. We can begin looping the band. So grab your hook and we go inside the cap band. Now we want to take the first band on the pin, so the top band, which is the white one, pull it up and out of the cap band, and then you're hooking it over to the right hand side of the loom. Then you go back inside the cap band, pull out the second white band, and this is going to go out to the left hand side of the loom. And we go down to the right hand side, pull that band up and to the centre pin, and now we're going to go inside the left hand side and pull this one up to the centre pin also. Now it's getting a little bit chock-a-block on the centre of this pin, so we're just going to push them bands down so that we can loop the next diamond. So we go inside the 4 white bands, pull out the top pink band and take it out to the left hand side of the loom, and then go inside and grab the second pink band and take it out to the right hand side, and then we just continue up the loom. So we just go inside the 4 pink bands, taking the top white band and taking it out to the left hand side, and then going inside and grabbing the second white band and again pulling that out to the right hand side of the loom, and then the white band underneath the one on the right hand side and just taking that to the centre peg. And again from the left hand side, we're just taking the band from there and placing it in the centre, and then we just work our way up the loom, making sure that we're linking these the same way as the previous diamond. This way we can ensure that the bracelet will stay together. Also, another good way to tell that you are linking correctly is that all the bands that you pull over the top should create this teardrop shape. So you can see it here and all the way from here. Each one that we're linking is making a teardrop shape, so that's showing that we are linking the right band. Okay, so as we work our way up to the end of the loom, okay, when that happens, if a band does snap, don't worry, we can easily fix that. Just take another band of the one that snapped. Now this one is due to go in between here. So what we need to do, as it would have been the second band that we had on this pin, just take the top white band off of the center pin, place the white band in the center there and just pull it towards you. Then place the white band that we have on our hook back over the top of that one, and then again we want to do this on this pin here. So on the left hand side, this would be the left hand side of the pin. Now in order to be able to hook that back there and to make the teardrop shape that we need to put our crochet hook through the center of the two white bands, place the white band over the hook, pull it through the middle and back over the center pin, and that way we maintain the pattern that we are looping here, just to make sure that it is all the same all the way along the loom. It's quite a simple fix. If that does happen, don't panic. Okay, so now we can continue looping the bands. Okay, so we have 3 more diamonds to link, and then we can take this diamond bracelet off of the loom. Okay, so down to the last diamond now. Once you've linked the band over onto the center pin, you should see that on the loom each section of the bands should be linked the same all the way down the loom. Now in order to make this secure, you're just going to take 2 white bands. We'll take the crochet hook and place it through the 4 pink bands at the top of the loom. Just pull it out slightly towards you, place the 2 bands over the hook, and then pull them through the center of the bands, and then place the 2 white bands back over the hook. Pull the hook out slightly, grab your S clip or C clip, and you can place that on there. This bit does get a little bit tricky. There we go, and you can remove the hook. So that is now placed nicely on there, so that now we know that the bracelet shouldn't come apart. So I'm going to just go down each side of the loom and remove the bands from the sides. So we just go inside the bands and lift them up and over the pins. So I'm going to do this down both sides, and we're going to leave the center bands alone at the moment. And this takes a little bit of pressure off of the loom as well. Also, the bands then become loose so that they don't snap. Okay, so we'll leave the cap band there, you just need to now place your hook inside the 4 white bands and pull them up onto the top of the pin. And then you want to do this all the way down the centre of the loom. And when we get to the last one, we just go inside, pull that one off, and then you can see that the diamond bracelet comes off of the band, off of the loom, nice and easily. So once we have done that, we can then connect the 2 ends of the bracelet. So again, we take the S clip and then place the cap band on there and pull that through. So there we have it. We have the pink and white diamond bracelet. If you like this design, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment on the video. Thank you.